Hello YouTube, this is Brandy. I wanted to do an update, finally. I know it's been quite some time. I have been really busy with all that life holds. As far as, I don't even know what week it is. I know that I'm getting somewhere close to the end of my 9th month. Around the 19th of August will be my 9th month. So I'm getting close to that. My total weight loss at this point is 131 pounds. As of this morning, I lost a pound this week. I'm still weighing in. I'm a little wet today and my hair's quite off because I had a run-in with a sprinkler this morning. I was accosted by it. And anyway, so it got the better of me, and so I was actually looked like a wet dog a little while ago, or at least a half wet dog, only one side. But anyway, life has been busy, and I'm going to share with you some of the craziness. I know that I told y'all that I was going back to school. Well, now I'm going back to school, and my husband's going back to school. Yeah, we had between me getting everything ready for school, getting all my ducks in a row and everything lined up, and starting to study because I know that, it's been a long time, especially with the algebra. My husband lost his job. He hadn't had it for that long. He'd only had it for 5 months. He had a company, a remodeling company, and it went out of business, and so he was for some time out of work. And honestly, I had prayed about God only giving him the right job because he would have taken anything. And so he got this job and he really enjoyed it. And I really thought, and he thought, he was going to be at this job for a very long time. And then all of a sudden, out of the blue, they let him go. And the reason was really pretty lame. They'd never written him up, never, gotten on to him, never anything. And then all of a sudden, they've let him go. So that really just kind of put him and our life into a kind of a mini tailspin. But God had inspired me that day that I wasn't home when he called me and told me that evening. So as I was driving home, my mind is just, it does what I do. I am one of those people who, okay, how can we fix it? How can we minimize the damage? What can we do now? So if you ever have a problem and you call me, Connie, I'm very sorry. But I'm the type of person that some people can offer comfort, and I am offering, possible solutions or asking you questions about how we can find a solution. Sometimes I wish I was more like the other, that I was more comforting to folks. But to me, what's comforting is to have a game plan or a backup plan or something that we can do. What can we do to prevent this from happening or to stop this from being a really big deal? So that's just my blessing and my curse from God. That's how my mind works. But anyway, so while I was driving home, it hit me. Had this happened a few days later, we would have been too late to register him for school because, of all the financial aid deadlines and that sort of thing. But because it happened on the day that it did, I still had 3 days to get him taken care of. And so as soon as I got home, I got online and got his FAFSA filled out. I got him registered with the school. I got all these things done, and here we are a week later, and we've already got all the financial aid approved, and he's already registered. Everything is signed up and ready to go. So, and financially, we're going to be okay. Financially, I've been able to, with God's help and blessings, just a ton of blessings, been able to figure out how we're going to financially make it with me working part-time, him working part-time, and both of us going to school. We're going to be fine. And so it's taken some time for him to get over. He's a reactor. So he reacts really poorly to any kind of change. I think I've told you all that before, but needless to say, something big like this, he really was having a fit over. So anyhow, that's out there. I just told my mother last night that my husband lost his job because she's very critical of him anyway. And you know, my husband's not without his faults, but he's a good person, and he, you know, really tries. And this was a kind of an on-call type job as well as regular hours, and he was there all the time at the drop of a hat, whatever they wanted. So, like I said, it was really surprising, and it even surprised everyone he worked with because they all were just gaga over him, you know, that he did such a great job and he was so committed to him. So, anyway, so that's been the little drama, or the drama we've had going on in our life. Just being busy, trying to get everything taken care of. So now we're all set in motion. So Clyde and I will both be going back to school this fall. He has also, you know, been working on his math and found out that, you know, the weeds have grown thick. Even though it was something he was very good at, that, you know, after so many years that it's difficult to recall all that. But we're getting it together and we'll do fine. So that being said, let me skip forward. I have been watching people's videos. I have been maybe not commenting as much just because I'm trying to watch as many as possible and stay on top of things. Connie, I really want to tell you, I know I sent you a comment, but I really want to tell you I'm very glad that you're here with us. I know that your video the other day touched a lot of people. There's so many subjects. Working out, have not been working out, have not seen, I haven't even done it. But I have been doing some stretches, especially at night. It's been helping me to sleep better. And I want to do a video on that and kind of share some of that with y'all, because even for those of you who are not in the stages right now where you can get down on the floor and stretch and do some things, there are some other alternatives that I've come up with, and I'd like to share some of that with you. I still want to do a video on my pizza because it was really, really good. And what else? I just, you know, I know a lot of us have been busy this summer and doing stuff and having fun, and so we haven't been posting as much. Those of you who are out there, don't feel like any of us have abandoned you. Life just happens, and you do get to a certain point after your surgery that you're just busier actually living your life than watching it go by or observing it on YouTube. I love YouTube. Absolutely do love it. It's been a great tool. It's been a great connection with friends. But I have to say as well, I have added Facebook to my life. I'm not one of those, you know, people who has to be at the latest everything, but it seems to have been very helpful in reconnecting, especially with my old classmates. We have our 20-year reunion coming up soon, and as well as I'm on there with a few of y'all too, and then also my stepkids who are scattered across the countryside, and a couple other family members. And so it's just kind of great because it's like instant updates whenever people can put it in of what's going on, and it's just kind of an easy way to keep up with everybody's, you know, life right now, just the little things that are going on, you know. So that's been pretty nice. What else? I don't want to run over, so I'm sorry if I'm taking up too much time. Anyhow, that's it right now. Oh, my eating has been crap, just FYI. I have really, I guess because of the stress that I've been under or whatever, I have sought solace in popcorn. I have found that I could eat popcorn. It doesn't really bother me. And one of the things for me is I've realized the other day is that what I'm actually craving is the salt. So what I did is I switched from popcorn to pumpkin seeds because they have very little carbs in them, and I'm the type of person who sucks all the salt off of the pumpkin seed, and then when it's soft enough, I chew the whole thing up and swallow. And I can't eat very many of them at one time. I mean, it's a one at a time, and I think one bag of them lasted me like 4 days. And there's a total of like 12 carbs in a bag, you know, so I didn't feel too bad about that. And I thought it was